Hey guys, Drifter here. Welcome to Advanced Warfare in Depth. In today's episode, I'm going to be reviewing the ASM1 Competence. This is only a professional variant of the ASM1, but it's a very good variant. I think we have a lot of good ASM1 variants because the base weapon is, well, very good, and you have to go pretty wrong to make the variants bad, and this one went right in all the right places. Gameplay you're going to get to see is two different versions, one with me running Advanced Rifling, which is pretty standard, and one with me running Silencer, which I feel is the better way to use the Competence. Good gameplay on both. Let's talk about the stats of this weapon. First of all, we have a long-range damage increase from 18 to 20. That's a good thing. That makes me happy inside. Most of the time in this game, when you see it saying that the damage is increased, that means the long-range damage is increased. What this means is the Competence changes the shots to kill. The normal shots to kill on an ASM1 is 3 up close, decreasing to 5 at a distance. We skip 4. There's no 4-shot kill range on the ASM1, and then 6 at very long ranges. The Competence is a little bit less than that, a little less shots to kill overall. It's either 3 or 5. It can either be 3 shots to kill up close or 5 at long ranges, no 4-shot kill range and no 6-shot kill range. That means that the Competence is much better at getting long-range kills than a base ASM1. We're maybe not necessarily the same with the magnitude as maxing that 3-shot range, but the long-range performance with this weapon is very good, and I think that's a good thing. It also has a 10% tighter hipfire spread, which is kind of like having a free laser sight. It's a good thing. It's not the most amazing thing because the ASM1 hipfires pretty well anyway, but it's a pure bonus, and since unlike the magnitude or the speakeasy, it's not like a pure time to kill buff up close, this helps you in close quarters combat. This makes it easier to get those 3 hipfire shots on and drop people pretty quickly. It's a good thing, and I'll totally take it. It's also fun to put a laser sight on top, and it's very, very, very deadly. You don't even have to bother aiming down sights, but that's not really the way to use this weapon. Let's talk about downsides next, and the major downside to this one is it has 10% more recoil. This isn't as bad as the ASM1 Strider, which has 30% more recoil, or some of the other variants which have really terrible hipfire or something like that. Again, I don't want you to confuse this with the Strider. 10% more recoil isn't that much. It can be negated with a foregrip, and you'll find that most of the weapons in this game that have a damage increase also have an accuracy decrease, a kick increase, something, or magazine size decrease or something like that. But unfortunately, this one comes with another downside, and that's 15% less maximum range. I wanted to clarify here and say that the 3-shot kill range is unchanged. It has the exact same 3-shot kill range as the base ASM1, which is very good. Now, it doesn't compete with the Strider or the Magnitude, but it's pretty good. Unfortunately, it'll drop down to the 5 shots to kill a little quicker, a little frustrating, but not the biggest of deals. And I feel that this is the best high damage ASM1. Personally, this is my favorite high damage ASM1 because the downsides are minimal compared to the other variants that deal extra damage, which there's only 2. There's the Strider and the Sweeper. The Strider is great because the Strider has extra damage and it has extra range, but it kicks like a mule. It has 30% more recoil, very hard to handle. The Sweeper has the same exact damage buff that this weapon has and no range decrease, but unfortunately it shoots slower, and it shoots at a funny rounding number to where it's going to shoot about 600 RPM, and that's going to cause your time to kill to go down, which we don't really want with the ASM1. This one, you get the best of both worlds. You have a slight range decrease, okay, whatever, still good 3-shot kill range, good performance at long range, and only a minor increase in recoil, something that the majority of us are going to be able to handle because it's not like the ASM1 is a high recoil weapon anyway. However, the trick to this gun is I feel that it's the best ASM1 to be used with a silencer because you're going to hit your maximum range pretty quickly, and because it's a 5-shot kill SMG, which makes it a higher damage SMG, easy to handle, good clean iron sights, large magazine. It seems to fit all of my categories for a silencer, and if you run silencer and foregrip, it's not going to kick very much. You're not going to have any muzzle flash to deal with, so you can aim very well. Foregrip is going to negate the built-in extra recoil. You won't have to worry about it. You'll stay off the radar, and you'll be able to more or less flank and hunt people very, very easily. That's really the only downside to the regular ASM1 setup that every single person I know in the known universe uses, which is Advanced Rifling. Yeah, you get extra 3-shot kill range. Yeah, you can mute people, melt people, but every time you shoot it, people know where you are and they come hunting for you. This weapon you can use very well. Stay off the radar, and you don't have people hunting for you. You can only hunt them and not have to be worried about hunted batting unless they're using like the parabolic mic, which is pretty unusual. But I would highly recommend trying a silencer with this weapon. I feel it's a very good fit, and the performance is very strong. Also, definitely hang on to it. This is one of the better professional variants in the game. Guys, that's all for this in-depth episode. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope you learned something useful. If you did, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. The previous episode is on the Pain and Suffering SAC-3, and the next episode we're going to be doing something a little bit more fun. We're going to be talking about the Sweet Dreams EM1 variant. Drifter out.